Most people think happiness is something you can hold on to. They believe that if they make the right choices, avoid the wrong mistakes, and work hard enough, happiness will eventually settle in and stay. But if that were true, rich people would never feel empty. Successful people would never feel restless. And people who have it all would never quietly feel disappointed with their own lives. Yet they do. And that's not because they failed. It's because happiness was never designed to last. Here is the uncomfortable truth. If happiness stayed, it would destroy you. The human brain did not evolve to keep you satisfied. It evolved to keep you alive. And those two goals are not the same. A brain that stays happy for too long stops paying attention. It stops preparing. It stops improving. So the brain makes happiness temporary on purpose. Happiness is not a destination. It is a signal. The same way pain tells you to pull your hand away from fire, happiness tells you, this is useful. Repeat this behavior. Once the message is delivered, the feeling fades. The brain moves on. When something good happens, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. People often think dopamine means pleasure. It doesn't. Dopamine means motivation. It says, chase this, not enjoy this forever. Once the chase is complete, dopamine drops. That drop is not depression. It's biology. This is why new things feel powerful at first. A new relationship feels magical. A new achievement feels life-changing. A new lifestyle feels like the answer. But slowly, quietly, the excitement fades. Not because the thing lost value, because your brain learned it. Your brain is a learning machine. Once it understands a situation, it stops reacting emotionally. What once felt extraordinary becomes ordinary. This process is called hedonic adaptation, and it applies to almost everything. Imagine if happiness did not fade. Every time you ate good food, you would feel overwhelming joy. Every time you achieved something, you would feel permanently satisfied. You would stop seeking, stop improving, stop surviving. So the brain resets the baseline. Again, and again, and again. This is why happiness feels like a moving target. You reach one goal. You feel good. Then the feeling fades. And suddenly, the next goal appears. You think something is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Your brain is functioning exactly as it should. This is also why people misunderstand success. They believe happiness will arrive once everything is in place. But the brain doesn't care about completion. It cares about motion. Once things stabilize, the brain becomes uncomfortable. Stability feels like stagnation. This is why retirement feels confusing for some people. They finally have freedom, time, money, and yet something feels missing. The brain lost the chase. Happiness also fades because of comparison. The brain is constantly measuring your life against other lives. Even if your life improves, your brain updates its standards. What once felt like luxury becomes normal. What once felt impressive becomes average. This is why happiness tied to status never lasts. There will always be someone richer, someone smarter, someone more admired. Your brain notices this automatically. You don't choose to compare. Your brain does it for you. Social media intensifies this effect. Your brain evolved to compare itself to a small tribe. Now it compares itself to millions. This overwhelms the happiness system. Another reason happiness doesn't last is negativity bias. The brain pays more attention to threats than to comfort. One negative event can outweigh many positive ones. This helped humans survive predators and danger. But in modern life, it means peace feels quiet, while problems feel loud. Even during good moments, the brain scans for risk. What could go wrong? What needs fixing? What's missing? This scanning never fully turns off. Silence makes the brain restless. This is why people feel uneasy when life becomes calm. They say things like, "Something feels off," even when nothing is wrong. The brain is uncomfortable without problems to solve. Happiness is also temporary because the brain resists permanence. Anything permanent loses urgency. Urgency is what drives action. So happiness comes in waves, not as a constant state. Children reveal this clearly. A child opens a gift and feels intense joy. Minutes later, the joy fades. Soon, the child wants something else. Not because the child is spoiled, because the brain already adapted. Adults are no different. We just attach bigger stories to it. We say we're unfulfilled, burned out, lost, but the mechanism is the same. This is where many people go wrong. They assume happiness should stay. When it doesn't, they think something is broken inside them. So they chase happiness harder. More money, more achievements, more stimulation. But chasing happiness makes it disappear faster. The brain senses the chase. And when happiness becomes the goal, the brain raises the threshold. What once felt good no longer feels enough. This creates a loop. Chase. Feel good briefly. Adapt. Feel empty. Chase again. People mistake this loop for failure. It's not failure. It's design. Here's something important. The opposite of happiness is not sadness. The opposite of happiness is adaptation. Sadness is also a signal. It tells the brain something needs attention. Like happiness, sadness fades once the lesson is processed. Neither emotion was meant to stay forever. Long-lasting happiness would make humans complacent. Long-lasting sadness would make humans dysfunctional. So the brain balances both. Short bursts, quick adjustments, constant movement. This understanding changes everything. It explains why people feel empty after achieving lifelong goals. Why vacations feel amazing at first and normal by day 3. Why relationships feel intense at the beginning and calm later. Calm is not failure. It's familiarity.